Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday, fun day. Happy Hallmark holiday. I'm going to just do an intro right quick, and then we'll be right back. And we'll talk about this because I want this to be a warm, safe space for you. Because I know that not everybody is thrilled with the idea of Mother's Day. And I'll share you my story when I get back. Of Mother's Day, and I'll share you. Oops, sorry. That was me. Here we go. Hi, guys. I'm back. Sorry about the background noise. Hey, so how is everybody doing today? Is the weather good? We're finally into spring. My allergies are kicking in, so I'm going to be sneezing. I'm going to be coughing and all the spring things. Hooray! So I don't know if everybody's here or not because I had some people pop in early. But Peppermint Mocha, hi, baby. Thanks for coming in. Eric J, thank you so much for being here, sweetheart. I appreciate it. And Mrs. J, hi. Evidently she listens in. Hi, Burden of Proof. Oh, baby, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Camp Wife, Peggy, Sassy Sarah, Six Up Media. Hey, how are you? And thanks to everybody coming in who's watching the replay. I appreciate it. I'm going to try to keep this kind of sort of short because I know that it's a busy day and all that stuff. So let me get on my right thing here. So today is Mother's Day. And if you're a mom of any sort, like in my intro video, doesn't matter what you are. Um, Happy day, happy Sunday. And I want you all to keep this in mind that not everybody celebrates Mother's Day because in England and Canada and everywhere else, it's not Mother's Day. Hot as heck, peppermint mocha. I still want to call you Smocha. Can I call you Smocha? Is that okay? Red Rock 59, happy Mother's Day. Hey, so just to start us off here right quick, we're going to do some snack nibbles, which are just really stupid facts that nobody cares about, but I'm going to tell you anyway. So today, did you know that more phone calls are made on Mother's Day than any other day of the year? The holiday chats with mom often cause phone traffic to spike as much as 37%. And this year, shoppers plan to spend an average of $274.02 on the day, according to surveys. Surveys said that's nearly $30 more than they planned to spend last year, and the highest in the survey's 20-year history. Greeting cards and flowers will be purchased by 74% of people, while 60% will spend on special outings, take mom to dinner, that sort of thing. Spending will also go up across the gift categories: jewelry, electronics, apparel. And what do we think the most gifted thing is going to be this year? People said, oh, I think I'm going to buy my mom a blank. I'm going to buy my mom a smartphone. Or, oh, a dozen roses, Eric. No. $90. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, actually, most people said they're going to buy him a smartphone or a tablet, which, coming from grandma, that's not really a great idea. Because we just going to be calling you all the time going, how do I do this? And somebody said they sent me a chat, and blah, blah. Oh, boomers. So, Mother's Day is not a new thing, obviously. Um, I mean, all the way back, Greeks, Romans, pagans, and whatnot had special traditional days that they celebrated their mother deity. Like the Greeks and Romans had Rhea and Cybele. And then the Catholics had something called Mothering Sundays, which is not like we would think Mother's Day or celebrating a mother figure. It was actually if you lived somewhere else that you went back to your home church, your mother church. And so that's kind of like, I guess, homecoming now. I think a lot of churches call it homecoming, where, you would go back to your original church and whatnot. So there are a bunch of people that started a specific Mother's Day celebration locally, but it really wasn't until about the 1850s, which was pre-Civil War, that this one woman named Anne Reeves Jarvis really started a push. Yes, went to your original church. That's right. Really started a push for having a specific Mother's Day. It's not the way we think of it now. Um, she actually wanted to have a day. She called it the Mother's Workday Club. And that was when mothers would get together with other young women and they would teach them about childcare and they would teach them about infant care to reduce the infant mortality rate. And then that kind of spun off. Some other people took it during the Civil War, and it evolved into something called a Mother's Peace Day. And that's when mothers went to try to reconcile the Union and the Confederate soldiers because no mother wants to send her son off to die in a war. That's kind of cool. But so Anne Reeves Jarvis, she died in 1905. And her daughter, Anna Jarvis. I love it when they name each other something similar because I got confused. Anyway, so Anna Jarvis, who was never married and had no children of her own, but she loved her mom. And her mom really had a heart for mothers. And Anna loved her mom so, so much. So she took up the call to officially acknowledge mothers each year with a federal holiday. So Anna spearheaded a letter writing campaign to business industries like florists and stores, retail stores, and that sort of thing, and politicians to put it on the calendar. Hey, Natasha, how are you, sweetheart? Thanks for coming in. Yeah, we're all a ball of emotions. We'll get there in a second. So, she did this letter campaign and got all people together. And then, now Anna and her mom Ann both lived in West Virginia. It was actually Virginia back then, but it's West Virginia now. But so West Virginia in their little church actually started an official Mother's Day every year. And Anne had it on April 20th, which was her mom's birthday. But by 1912, the rest of the nation actually had like an official Mother's Day that they celebrated. And okay, now 1912, this is when she started complaining because all the florists got in on it. And so Anna incorporates herself. This kind of sounds like a JLR sort of thing. She put a copyright over the name and the logo for Mother's Day, which is a white carnation. And she started to claim it's her holiday. And because, she was the one that was spearheading it and getting it through and everything. So what the merchants did is they got around her copyright claim by calling the holiday Mother's apostrophe day, using the plural possessive instead of Anna's singular mothers, like a Mother's Day, but it was every Mother's Day. And then the official holiday was proclaimed in 1914 by President Woodrow Wilson, establishing the second Sunday of May as Mother's Day. And then, of course, Hallmark started selling cards around the early 1920s. And poor Anna died broke and in a sanitarium. So, sad story that. And, I asked you guys those 3 letters. What 3 letters, Eric? I asked you guys earlier, what kind of thoughts or emotions does Mother's Day bring up for you? And to be honest with you, and I've kind of been in Discords and other chats and on different social media platforms, and where everybody says, "Hey, happy Mother's Day." It's not a happy day all the way around. I mean, there are all kinds of different moms. And when we hear Mother's Day, we automatically think 1950s mom, in the pearls and in the heels and vacuuming and, doing peanut butter and jelly sandwiches when the kids come home. Oh, JLR. Okay. um, and, so she's the one that's there for us and is our strength and all that kind of thing. But, you know, since the 1950s, moms have changed. There's a lot of different types of moms. There's biological by choice. I had babies because of my choice. There are stepmoms, foster moms, adoptive moms, surrogate moms. There's single dads, and there's moms of the heart, the people that you choose to be your mom or your family. And I'm going to give you a trigger warning. Okay. Hang on just a second. I can't find anything anymore. There. So a bit of a trigger warning. because we are going to talk about some sensitive things, okay? And if you can't handle it, I understand if you click out, and you can come back and watch replay, put it on pause, whatever you need to do. But and I want you to remember that the burrow is a safe place to gather for a group hug. Hey, McPigeon. Hi. Kind of met him over at Scientific Sleuth, just Skeptics. God, my brain. Skeptics channel. So the burrow's a safe place for a nice group hug, and to realize that we're not alone, and to share our grief and our hope. So just remember, it's okay to not be okay. Okay. Um, and why I say that is because there are a lot of moms. Oh, and when I say mom, I want you to think of this: your mother, the one who raised you or birthed you or whatever, and your children, because a lot of us females are moms. And whether we're the step or the adoptive or the foster or any of that kind of stuff, um, I want you to think of it that way, okay? Because I'm doing this because when I was growing up, my mom, well, she was like in her mid 30s when she had me, which was old for back in the early 60s. And my mom was bipolar, and she was very unstable. Yeah, McPigeon would be hard to tag, wouldn't he? But she was unstable. So I spent all of my childhood being shuffled off to family member to family member. My aunt's house, where my uncle ard me. And then I spent some time with my brother and his wife, and they were 16 years older than me. But still, they were a new couple and they were having babies and all that kind of thing. Um, and, you know, my dad couldn't raise me because single men didn't raise girls in the 60s. It was a whole big thing. Okay, so my mom was in and out of my life all the time. She was in and out of institutions, and they told me all the time growing up that when I turned 16, they were going to divorce. And so they told me on my 16th birthday that they had filed for divorce. And I chose to live with my dad because he was more stable than my mom. And so my mom tried to end her life many, many times while I was growing up. And she loved me over the moon, but I was so embarrassing. I was so embarrassed of her. Just some of the things she would say and do, and the way she acted and whatnot. And she put me in dangerous situations. Um, and so, because my mom didn't want to live, she did things in her life that kind of accelerated her passing. She had asthma, which is why they moved to California, but she smoked like a pack or two of cigarettes a day, and she was an alcoholic, and it was really bad. So toward the end of her life, I was 18. I was still in high school. I went to go live with my mom because my dad kicked me out. He and his new wife, my new stepmom, decided, you're 18, you need to go. So I went to live with my mom. And by that time, my mom was bedridden. We had a hospital bed in her bedroom. And so she and I were in an apartment, and I tried to take care of her, which I did a really bad job doing. And she ended up passing away from basically emphysema. Hey, welcome to Depressing Stream. Woohoo! Here's the point I want to share with you. I told you all that just as a foundation, because when my mom died, I felt relief. I loved my mom, but when she died, I was relieved. And it took me years and years and years to work through that because I know that was wrong. And hey, Six Up Media, how are you? Thanks for joining, babe. So, Mother's Day for me has been meh. It's a Hallmark holiday, is the way that I kind of pushed it off. I just kind of figured that Hallmark invented it. And if you missed the beginning of it, I did go through a history of Mother's Day and where it started. But so it's just not a good thing. And then when I had kids and I ended up becoming a stepmom because he had two and I had two, and it was a story of a lovely lady. And we became a Brady Bunch. And of course, the kids didn't buy me anything for Mother's Day because they were little. And I would ask my ex-husband, "You going to get me anything for Mother's Day?" And he would tell me, "You're not my mom." No, but I was mothering his children, and didn't I didn't do a good job of that either. So, there's all kinds of reasons why we're not happy. Hey, JP, how are ya? Happy Mother's Day. Um, yes, yes. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Thanks. So, there's other reasons why people aren't really thrilled. Like Burden had said, her boyfriend's was relieved when his mom passed. And then we have people like Sassy. My mama has been gone for almost 9 years, and it still hurts to this day as bad as it did the day she passed. I do take comfort in knowing she isn't suffering anymore. And that's a traditional feeling for this Mother's Day. And Peggy remembers how she held her mom's hand when her mom died. And then Camp Wife. My grandmother raised me and died when I was 22. My biological mother is living, and she never took care of me. She only caused me hurt and still adds to my trauma, and it's very depressing. It is depressing, sweetheart. And that's why I wanted to do this stream. I know that there's probably a bunch of people doing something different, or something the same for today. But this is something close to my heart. And Natasha, one of the many stepkids I've had, her name was Melissa, and she passed away 1 year ago today from cancer. I'm sorry, sweetheart. See, that's a family of the heart. You know, the family that you choose. Hang on just a sec. I had to do one of those allergy sneezes again. Uh, whoops. Did I miss anybody coming in? Let's see. When my mom passed, I was not close to her and she didn't raise me. She got me when I was 15 after I lost my dad, and my mom was killed by a DV, her husband. Oh my God. I feel bad and stuff because I wish I could have done more. Yeah. Um, I had to watch my mom die last year. I remember that, JP. I remember that. I remember you torn up, sweetheart. I remember. Boot Hill. I was at the hospital with my mom when they took her off of life support. She held on, but when I told her it was okay, that I would be fine, her heart stopped at 12:40 on 5/5/2005. 3 years and you don't get over it. Nope. Even though my mom abandoned me, I feel guilt that I should be caring for her in her later years. But I know the struggle I'll have with the PTSD. Yes. Yeah, because there are so many reasons. Like, we think about biological moms or stepmoms or traditional things, but this is a hard day for moms that have lost children. You know, this is a hard day for um, people like we've been saying, like me, that had a traumatic childhood. That were abused and that were talked down to or made to feel less than. And unfortunately, that's what my mom did with me. It was always a but. She had a big but. It was, hey, I'm so glad you're getting a B in whatever. It was usually English. But 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 what can we do to make that better? You're so smart. You should be able to whatever. Oh, you're built like a brick shithouse, Cherie. That's what she called me, Cherie. You built like a brick shithouse, but, we need to tone you up. We need to do this. And so, we have those things. And how about the the women who so desperately, desperately want children, but for some reason, physiologically, biologically, their bodies could not conceive, or they couldn't maintain a pregnancy and had miscarriages, or they had small children who failed to thrive. We need to think of all of these people too. And just offhand, it's been kind of a crappy week. I told you about my grandkids shooting threat at high school last week, but I found out yesterday that a young lady that I love very, very much, like a daughter, she was pregnant about 11 or 12 weeks, and she went in for her checkup, and the baby did not survive, but it was still in utero. So she had to go in for a procedure to chemically assist her with the miscarriage. So today is not a good day for her, you know. Um, Regardless if they're your natural kids or not. Yeah, exactly. I only have two boys biologically, but I've been married more times than Zsa Zsa Gabor or Elizabeth Taylor. So I have a lot of stepkids. I have a lot of stepkids that I've disappointed and hurt. Hey, Nicole, welcome in, sweetheart. We're just all kinds of depressing today. Now, today is a day for us to get together and know that we're not alone, that this is a group hug. This is a safe space. Okay. So Boot Hill says, me and Melissa were close in age. Her stepdad is who made me her stepmom, but I loved her as my own. I was there when she had her first baby, and it hurts to lose a child regardless if they are yours or not. Yeah. My brother died of cancer when it was a while ago. But anyway, I remember the grief and the heartache that my dad went through at his funeral. And he said, parents are not supposed to bury their kids. They're just not. And that has stuck with me so much. And I don't know if you guys know Veloma Unstuck, but the name Veloma actually means against the natural order of things. And that's what it is. So, and we can mask, we can say, hey, happy Mother's Day. All you have left is your sis, JP. Yeah. but we can choose our family. Um, just because our gestational unit, our biological mother, may not have been great, um, it doesn't it doesn't mean that there's some sort of law that we have to follow. If they're toxic, if she still hurts us, if she activates PTSD, then you know, just like you would with anybody who's not related to you, a coworker, friend, or whatever, you need to separate and protect yourself, even though she is your gestational unit, right? So, what are we saying? We lost her stepdad in 2016 in December, so we kind of lost contact, but I loved her and I love all my kids. Yeah, okay, and that's another thing. All right. If you don't have a good relationship with your own children, if you've been around here a minute, then you know that my sons are in different states, and my grandson is many hours drive away from me, and I can't drive right now. But so there's a distance there. It's not like they're going to pop over with flowers and take me out to Golden Corral so I can have 5 plates of fried shrimp. That's not happening. So basically what happens is on my birthday they typically like do a flower delivery or something like that. But on Mother's Day I get a text, and sometimes it has the iPhone, like the big heart that blows up like a balloon, or the fireworks or something, but that's it. And so there's all kinds of reasons. So my mom's oldest sister adopted all of her nieces and nephews, and she loved us all and treated us so good. None of us was the birth child she couldn't have. She and my uncle never lacked for family. Yes. Yeah, and it's okay to love at a distance. And it's okay to, because love is such a weird thing. Um, like I loved my mom, but I didn't want to be around her, you know? Um, Eric says our greatest power is the power to choose. Yes, you're my voice of sanity. Hey, JP, I love you so much, baby. I love you. I have a distance with my girls and grandchildren too. Yeah, wouldn't it be great if we were all just like a Lifetime movie, where we move back to our small hometown and we, live with our mom for a while until our advertising and photography career takes off. And then we meet Mr. Wright or Ms. Wright, who happens to be a handyman who's working on my mom's house, and we fall in love and, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's not like that. And you hear me say this all the time. Life isn't fair. Life sucks. But it's what we do with it that that is almost how it is with my natural daughter. Our relationship stays strained more than mended. And we're getting along now and stuff, but I never know. Yes, human and fur moms, fur babies. Hey, butterfly kisses. Hi, sweetheart. Saw your live and knew this is where I needed to be. I left my mother, but sadly some stuff took over her and I quickly became a foster kiddo. And then she passed on Mother's Day 2022. Oh, baby. Lip lock no more. Can't stay but wanted to pop in and show support and give it that. Thank you, sweetheart. I love you so much. Lip lock no more is such a badass mofo with a beautiful singing voice that is so sweet and so caring. I lost both of my daughters in the past 3 years. Oh, sweetheart, I'm so sorry. I know it's hard. It's hard. I feel like my life could have been one of those movies, only at the end, the woman who survived everything lost her mind and all. and ended up in a padded room with my cat in charge of me. Yeah, some days feels like that, right? Yeah. Yeah. Life is what you make of it, Nicole. That's right. See, we're all in here and we just need to do a burrow group hug. I have um I actually have a an article that's listed in the description, and I want to share that with you right quick. So this is Beauty After Bruises. Okay. Hang on just a sec. Still kind of learning this yard streaming stuff. Here we go. Wrong. Here we go. Okay. So a message of care this Mother's Day. I'm going to let you read this because it's absolutely beautifully written. And it talks about all the things that we're talking about today. Queen Bella, hi. So look at these. Mother's Day was just brings such an awful, eerie feeling, and I never know which version of my mother I'm going to get on that day. Jen is a survivor. I'm a mom, but my own family doesn't even know that. Mother's Day is my day, but I have to spend it in hiding, hurting. Rachel, who's 29. Mother's Day has always flooded me with a sense of being left out or not human. My mother was an awful woman, but she's gone now. I also cannot have children of my own because of trauma. It's just a loaded day. Elsie, a survivor. Mother's Day to me means trying so hard. Little me just wants to make her happy. Adult me tries to pretend we're something we aren't for her. I still give her gifts with the hopes that she'll love me or even just believe me. EM 38. So, like I said, that's linked in the description. I highly recommend you go read the full thing because it's so healing. And it's such a confirmation, a verification that we're not alone. And we don't have to put on this mask of, yay, everything is great. Queen Bella said, my middle daughter is a hard relationship. Holidays are hard. Yeah, they are. Aw. My kitties are all I have. I give them the love I wasn't blessed enough to be able to give biological children. Fur babies. Fur babies. I had a dog. It was a Pomeranian named Hokey. And if I didn't think it would take forever and a day, I'd pull up a picture for it. But he was a derp. He was kind of a medium-sized pom, not one of those pocket purse dogs. But anyway, Hokey, I had him for like 14 or 15 years, and we had to put him down. And honestly, I kind of grieve Hokey more than I do my mom because he was my baby. Anyone can make negative lists of the hell we've gone through, but how long would our positives be? You know what the great thing about that is, JP? That the negatives are poo sticks. You guys hear me say this all the time. You throw the sticks in the stream, they pass under the bridge, and they're gone. Okay? Because every moment, every day, uh, Red Rock. My mom passed on Mother's Day 1999. What the fuck is wrong with moms passing on Mother's Day or people who pass on Christmas? Don't they know better? I don't mean to make light of it. I just, it's bad enough and we're traumatized enough. So no matter what our relationships are, it gives the day a whole new meaning. Yes, I can send that link to you in Discord. Um, Thanks for all the love, guys. I really appreciate it. Uh, Hang on. Aw, I understand butterfly kisses. Yeah, it's in the description. It's in the description. They are necessary. Yes, I agree. Negatives let you know a balance exists. Exactly. So, you know, the larger holidays, like Christmas and Thanksgiving and all those things that are family oriented and whatnot, you see more out there about people who are depressed, people who are hurting, people who are alone, or all that kind of thing. I'm going to remind you again that I'm not a licensed professional, and this is for information, discussion, and educational purposes only. But if you are triggered, or if you feel like there's something you're going through, please reach out. There's a whole list of helplines on my outro video, and I usually put them in the description. Um, and find somebody to help. Find somebody to talk through and help you. Yes, Bob is amazing. I can't have kids either. I'm a stepdad. You know what? It's still a dad. It's still a dad. Yes, disclaimer. Thank you, Burden. Disclaimer. Trigger warning. I want to show you this last thing. But okay, so we think of Christmas and all that stuff, but there are a lot of people that are silently struggling alone. And that's why I want the borough to be a place where we're not alone, you know, and we have some borough rules, and let's just be nice to each other. Don't say crap in chat attacking somebody else or whatever. You can have an opinion. I don't mind opinions, but you use your inside voice, okay? Because like I said, this is a safe place, okay? And so the smaller, insignificant to many holidays actually can be some of the hardest, and if your mom or if your relationship with your kid it was not a safe place, then the grief of the loss and what you could have had and what you should have had, um, it becomes very, very complicated. It becomes very, very layered. And no two of us are the same. We all experience things at a different level, and some things hit us harder than others, and that sort of thing. So I want you guys just to be conscientious and thoughtful toward everyone in your life who might be hurting today. Yes, Shelterin, Nithoven, your little box. I love that. Kitty in a box. But yeah, there's a lot of people who are hurting today. So, send them a little extra support, your friendship. It could make all the difference in the world. Truly. Just knowing that somebody thought of me and want me to take care of myself, just through that simple gesture, it means the world, you know? And I don't have this here, but it was in my intro, that being a mom is not just birthing children. It's not just gestating another human. Being a mom is care. Being a mom is reaching out and nourishing other people, and that will think of Mother Earth, right? She provides for us and she cares for us and she keeps us warm and gives us water and all that. A smile, a kind word can mean a lot to people. Always be kind and humble. Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I had to reset mine because my laptop kept timing me out. I cherish my childhood, but I've learned why it's given me such hell as an adult. Yeah. You know what? Being human is hard. It's a difficult thing here, right? Um, so my point is that I just want y'all to human better, to humankind. Be kind as a human. Um, and you know, do that random act of kindness for somebody. And it's not like it's going to fill the void and make everything great and all of a sudden they have an epiphany and Mother's Day isn't going to hurt next year. But it can help a little bit, and a little is enough. And so I want to share this with you. Let's see. So this is from News Nation, used with fair use.
From your conversations with
So,
we are joined right now by
no.
podcaster and author and also the founder of the Sisterhood Accord, Sonia Jackson Miles. Sonia, I want to start with you. When I reached out to you, I
Are you hearing it?
shared some things about what I wanted to do, and you didn't know, unbeknownst to
Okay.
me, of
Um, yeah, it's okay to not be okay. What the heck, y'all?
coached women on grieving and what I
This
call
was
mommy
working when my
trauma
cat walked
of
across
various
my
kinds. So, what have you
laptop a
learned
little
from your
while ago.
conversations with women? What helped?
Anyway, so this is just a thing. I'll put this, I'll just drop the link because, you know, because all the things. Oh, you could hear it? What the heck? How come I can't hear it? That's so weird. Stop it. Jesus. All the things, all the technical things. Okay, so let's do this. And of course I was muted while I was doing all that. Yeah, let's see. We've got a no. I'm trying to get through the ad. Do 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 do. My video didn't play before this. But anyway, how to handle Mother's Day and grief. Mother's Day isn't an easy holiday for those who have lost a mother, and people have a difficult
Podcaster and
there.
author, and also the founder of the Sisterhood Accord, Sonia Jackson Miles. Sonia, I want to start with you. When I reached out to you, I shared some things about what I wanted to do, and I didn't know, unbeknownst to me, have coached women on grieving and what I call mommy trauma of various kinds. So, what have you learned from your conversations with women? What helps?
Well, what helps, and thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be here. What helps is to hold on to the memories, the good memories. I lost my mother. She went to heaven June 10th of 2019. And one of the things that has kept me is the fact that I can go back to those special times and those special memories. I think one of the biggest issues that people who I coach will say is that they regret. They regret not having the conversation. They regret not having the courageous conversations to address the things that were getting in the way of them really having a strong relationship. And so I speak a lot about making sure that we address the things that we need to address now while our parents are still with us, such that you don't have that regret and then feeling like, oh my gosh, I wish I had. What if I had?
Yeah, and we want to welcome Trent Shelton. He's a wildly popular Instagrammer, Facebooker. He is a former NFL player, and sadly, I know that you shared publicly, Trent, through rehab time, your organization, that you lost.
Hey, sorry about that. I just wanted to do the fair use thing. Um, I think I'm getting a little bit better, but I still suck at this. But yeah, don't woulda, shoulda, coulda, because there's nothing you can do in that line of thinking that is going to remedy the prior relationship or the prior whatever happened before. I should have taken her keys so she didn't drive, or I should have, got her to the doctor sooner, or whatever the thing is. Don't woulda, shoulda, coulda. Um, just don't do that. If there's something you think that you were deficient on, or that you could have done differently, then make that applicable to life now. Make that applicable to the people that you love and care for now. And don't, nobody is guaranteed tomorrow. Don't wait a moment longer. If there's anything, just say it, ask it, do it. Yes. Brilliant. Burden, you're brilliant.
Lost your beautiful mom from cancer after a very long battle. I think this happened last year or the year before. Can you just remind me, and how have you been doing?
Yeah, I lost my mom in March of 2021. So it was tough. I'm doing better now for sure. Just learning to rejoice instead of regret and honor her with every breath and every step that I take. So it's a hard journey, but when you change your perspective towards it and realize that, it's a part of life and she continues to live on through us.
Trent, I am right there with you on that journey of losing a mom. I'm sure that you have millions of people that are watching you every single day, and they really resonate with your story. What exactly, what do you do on Mother's Day just to try to get through the day? I mean, give me some advice too, please.
Yeah, for one, I celebrate all the mothers. I celebrate my wife. She's a mother of three. I go to the cemetery to celebrate my mom. We all get together, the family, just celebrate her life. Just because she's not here physically, she's still here spiritually and emotionally, and she lives on through us. So it isn't a day of sadness anymore for me. It's a day of happiness and rejoice.
I love that. I love that. And another part of this story is strained relationships. And Heather, you have so much chutzpah. You are so bold in talking about women knowing their worth and knowing their value. What's some good advice to your listeners and readers and those watching who may have a mom who's not their biggest cheerleader, who might have a mom that doesn't support them and could even be toxic?
That's a great question. And actually, I discuss it in my second book. I had a strained relationship with my
Hey, heads up, y'all. This is really good. This is really, really good because it's exactly what we've been talking about.
mother growing up for many reasons. But one of the most powerful things that I found is forgiveness in my life, and forgiving people, especially your mother. And maybe it's going to take some time, maybe some therapy. I mean, it took me years, but I'll tell you what a powerful moment to forgive someone that is that close in your life and important in your life. Not only is it great for them, but it's so powerful for you. And that started me down a journey of forgiveness for myself, which has been incredible. And especially now that I am a mother, you can have so much more empathy and understanding that no one is nailing this motherhood thing, no one. And there's tons of epic fails along the way. But the more we can celebrate and be grateful for those great moments, and for love and forgiveness and gratitude, it all works out.
It does.
We're all doing our best, aren't we? Sonia, any advice for getting over, mother trauma when the woman who gave you life, who gave birth to you, turns out to be negative? How do you navigate that?
What I focus on is getting to the root cause of what the issue is. What's really going on? And like I said, I call these courageous conversations. And what we do with our program, and it's called Mind the Gap. What do you desire in the relationship? What does your mother desire in the relationship? And in some instances, people will say to me, well, what if she rejects the fact that I want to heal? And that's where the forgiveness comes in and the release comes in. But I ask people to articulate very clearly, what do you desire in the future with your relationship? How would you describe it today? And what are the three things that you will do to move from your current state to your future state? Because this is all what I call heart work. And heart work is the hard work. So you've got to keep at it. You've got to keep moving forward. And you have to get to a place of, what does forgiveness look like? And what does release look like if you can't get the outcome that you're looking for?
Every single one of them, Trent, Heather, and Sonia, they all have architected a life. Yes. And that's why you should follow each and every one of them on Instagram, on their Facebook pages, on their websites, buy their books. Thank you guys so much for being with us. You were the perfect guest to have today. And happy Mother's Day to you and to your wife, Trent.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hey, happy Mother's Day. Kate, thanks for coming in. Wing Zero, it's good to see you, baby. Thanks for dropping in. Everybody, please give us a like, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Um, so basically, I just wanna to leave you guys with the thought that it's okay to not be okay, all right? And it's gonna hurt. It's probably going to hurt all the time. But the thing is that we can heal and we can become stronger. It's like, I don't know if anybody's ever had a back injury, but oh my God, those things never go away. Surgeries and the shots and all the things. And, you can walk around, you can do your stuff, but it still hurts. And that's what losing out on what you so desperately deserved, which was a safe place um, for you to run, to get unconditional love and understanding and a shoulder to cry on and all those things that mom should be to you, your pillar of strength and your safe place. And whether, you've lost her to natural causes, she's no longer here on earth with you, or whether she just wasn't there for you, or, whatever the thing is, just remember that you are worthy of all that. You are so precious, and thank you for being here. Thank you for being on the planet, because I believe that my little burrow bunnies are very special people, and that we make a difference for the better, one person at a time. Maybe I should do that 3 times. I don't know. Let's see. Sorry. I'm a geek. I'm a geek. I love you guys so, so much. So, so much. Thank you all for being here. I'm probably gonna try to do another Thursday. I don't know if we're gonna tinfoil hat or what we're gonna do, but, I like hanging out with you. I do. And, remember, if anybody told you that you can't, or you shouldn't, or you should have, or if they're trying to tell you something in your life that's not your decision, it's bullshit. I love you guys. I'm actually gonna play my Mother's Day as the outro. So, and sit here and read some of these things because they really do make a difference. I love you. Happy Hallmark holiday. See you soon. Kisses.